for the thick of it all. If they don't give me room, well then I'll give them the wall. I'm gonna smoke my tires when the victory calls. I'm gonna be there, be there. I wanna see my face up on the jumbo screen. Feel the white hot metal of a winning machine. Because you win or you lose and there's no in between. I wanna be there, be there, be there.
NASCAR on speed. Be there.
It is time to go short track racing in the Target Series once again as we head to Richmond, Virginia at the Richmond Raceway for the running of the Target 300. Diego Yepes in car number 01 has won the pole for tonight's race. To his outside second is the 52 of Michael Gregory. Then third is Max Rossi, fourth is Sebastian Kukulon, and running on the top five it's William Seaman in car number 44. In sixth place it's Matt Montone in the 13. Seventh place we have Kashawn Richardson, eighth is Trey Rainey, in ninth it's Derek Hamill, and the 88th of Isaac Nichols rounds out the top 10. For the rest of the field, there's Levi Jones, who's inside, is Jay Randall on the 25, with Landon Lyons and Benny Watson, who is inside. And we have Danny Lloyd and Matt as well as our points leader, with Jake Galloway and Alex Fletcher. And we have Luke Jones and Justin Lightning. With Cole Luigi, if you want to get the Target trifecta, he has to come from the second half of the field here tonight. Outside of him is the 60 of Jennifer Buford. Then behind them, Ann McDowell and Devon Red, with Matthew Logan and Laura Delano. And with Tyler Fink and Casey Nanico, with Max Anderson and Nathan Stapleton. And there's Jose Mills and Luke Rady, with Davia Blue and Anthony Hernandez. And we have Riley Spurley-Tube and Sebastian Dupain, with Jeff Bright and Eli Bright. And the final row is Leon Campana on the 29. Outside of him is the 39 of Carson Bowers. There's our 40-car field for the Target 300 and the Target Series at the Richmond Raceway. Let's go to trackside and fire the engines up for short track racing in the Target Series, season number 9.
Drivers, start your engines!
40 engines fire up and roll off the starting grid to go short track racing Target Series style in season number 9. 45 laps in the Target 300 around this 3/4 mile oval in Richmond, Virginia. Yepes and Gregory are on the front row. We're going to go green in Richmond, Virginia. Green flag for short track racing. Already the cycle starting at Richmond. Seaman start 5th. He leads lap 1. And this is going to be a huge cycle with the amount of grip these drivers have in these tires and these cars. They're going to be moving through the field back and forth all night long. It's going to be a huge cycle. It's going to be whoever can time it right. Kashawn Richardson leads the race. Derek Hamill up to second now. Jay Randall behind in the 25. He'll move for third on Seaman. And down low, that green number 1 car, Mathis Wells, comes in with a 90-point gap over second place in points, Cole Luigi. He wants to get up here and lead a lap for 5 bonus points. Seaman trying to jump low in front of the one. He does do it well. Hamill went a little wide, but comes to the corner leading the 3rd lap. But Benny wants us to run for the top spot into turn number 1. Look at Wells inching forward. Yepes from the pole got down line behind the 1. He's 5th on the inside. Make it 4th now as the 33 gets shuffled high. Benny Watson to the inside. Off to turn number 3. Slides up. Takes the line from the 33. He'll lead the 4th lap of the race. But Seaman has plans to lead the 5th lap. And Mathis Wells has plans to lead the 5th lap as well. The 1 is coming down low. Here he comes. Mathis Wells looking for 5 bonus points to extend his points gap over Cole Luigi. Seaman trying to block it in turn 3. Up the racetrack for the 44. Drag race back to the line. Lap number 5 led by William Seaman. But here comes Wells on the inside lane to turn 1. Can Yepes from the pole lead his first lap of the night? He ain't lead 1 yet. Hard on the gas off turn 2 trying to get to the 1. But Mathis Wells goes up the racetrack. Back to the start finish line. Mathis Wells leads for 5 bonus points. Yepes to the inside. Here comes Diego Yepes. Off to turn 1 looking for his first lap of the night. He started on pole. Just shows what the cycle down the first lap to Diego Yepes. Can he hold off Kashawn Richardson to lead the lap? Off in turn number 3. He will. Yepes, his first lap is led on lap number 7. Kashawn Richardson On the back of the 01, looks to the inside in turn number 1. Up the racetrack. Richardson hard on the gas, down the back. Mathis Wells back on the bottom of the racetrack, looking for his second lap lead of the night. The 18 slides wide. Look at the 01. Yepes trying to get to the middle. Richardson leads at the start-finish line. Mathis Wells now looks for the top spot in turn 1. They're single file behind these front 4 about. Hamill through to second. Justin Lightning gets up to third in the 97 car. Richardson Yepes back to 4th and 5th. Seaman to 6th now with Devon right up to 7th. Mathis Wells leads another lap in the Target 300. Hamill over the back in turn number 1. Look how single file they are throughout the field. Something you don't normally see. The front half of the field is basically single file. Let's say about the top 20 cars on back to the Campana. That's 17 cars. And then you have drivers back here trying to get it all sorted out, and they're getting single filed out with these front drivers. So very interesting. You don't normally see that at a place like Richmond where the cycle is huge. Justin Lightning gets out front. 3 wide back behind them. Yepes inside. 3 wide for third. Puts their middle lane. Justin Lightning will come to the corner and lead the 11th lap of the Target 300 at Richmond. Kashawn Richardson moves to second. Yepes to third. Seaman to fourth. Here comes the 18 Richardson looking low. Down the back, couldn't get there. Came again 3 and 4. Over the back of 97. Now looks to the inside. Off the 4th corner, back to the start-finish line. Too close to call the start-finish line. Justin Lightning led the lap again. I think he's the only driver to lead consecutive laps in this race. But now Kashawn Richardson takes it away. Yepes will move to second. William Seaman to third. Devon Red looks for 4th now. Richardson gets out front. They're side by side for second now. Seaman inside Yepes, off to turn number 1. Devon Red inside for 4th. Richardson slid up the racetrack here. The tires squealing there. And look at Seaman, the big run he has. The 44 flies back. The 18 was standing still. William Seaman leads now in Richmond. Here comes Devon Red for the second spot, but Richardson powers off the top to get to second, and right behind the 44 to turn 1. Looking for the crossover there. He goes to the inside. They go side by side again. Devon Red closes it because of it. It's Kashawn Richardson leading the race. Devon Red will move to second in the 40 car. Derek Hill back up on the bottom lane. How about Justin Lightning, the 97 coming back forward. Now there's a little bit of a separation. Oh, yellow flag. It's our first yellow. And I can't quite tell what happened. Maybe in the 3 car. Oh, there's a spin up here. It's Luke Rainey the outside wall hard. Rainey has hit the outside wall. I don't believe that's the cause of the yellow, though. The field race back. It was Devon Red with the top spot. Second for Derek Hamill. Can these drivers sort it out in time? Looks like they do. So our first yellow, the Target 300 out, and it may have been the 3 of Anthony Hernandez, the cause of the yellow. So we'll see what happened for our first yellow in the Target 300 at Richmond. Here's the cause of the caution flag. This was where the pack was split. The pack was split between the 62 and the 4 of Sebastian Kukulon. And right here, off into turn number 3, Fletcher slides up. Stapleton's on his outside. Can't do anything with it. They make contact. Fletcher hard to the outside wall with Nathan Stapleton. Down the racetrack. Comes to 55. Stays up high. 62 spins around. No further contact made. That is the reason for the caution flag. 2 cars in all get damaged. Alex Fletcher and Nathan Stapleton. Hard impact. And then, under the yellow, Luke Rennie had taken the caution. Dupain on his back bumper. And turn number 1. Can't quite tell what that was for, or who caused it. I can't tell if the 51 came down the 74, if the 74 came up. We'll have to go frame by frame in this and see. Slow motion. Off to turn number 1. Luke Rennie in the 51 ahead of the 74, Sebastian Dupain. I can't tell if they just met in the middle, if the 74 came up, the 51 came down, but it gave Luke Rennie damage. The question is, will the 51 stay on the racetrack? He was scored 18th at the start finish line. He has some rear end damage. It might slow him down. However, he should get his position back because of all that happened right there. But that was very interesting to see that happen. Dupain basically wrecking Luke Rennie right here under the caution flag. I have to think that maybe the 51 came down a little bit and got into the 74, but why would the 74 be hanging on the quarter panel at the 51 like that? So, interesting there to see if anything comes from that post-race or throughout the race. Maybe the 51 might get some retaliation on the 74. Devon Red led the field back to the caution flag, and car number 40 staying on the racetrack. Devon Red is our race leader in the Target 300 at Richmond. Coming back to the green flag on lap number 22. And the scoring has taken a massive hit somehow in this race. Alex Fletcher is out of the race. Nathan Stapleton is the only car one lap down. You may think, how is Luke Rainey a lap down? He's behind the 40 car. He just crashed. Well, the weird thing is Luke Rainey has currently scored second, even though he scored back in 18th position. So somehow, some way, Luke Rainey got 16 free spots. He has some rear end damage. We'll see how it plays out for the 51 driver. Red, Rainey, Hamill, Richardson, Lightning are the top 5. Behind them, Seaman, Mathis Wells, Yepez, Rando, and Montoya the top 10. Back green in Richmond. And Luke Rainey did not take off well right there, the 51. That rear end damage will hurt him on the straightaways. Through the corners, he won't be so bad, but on the straightaways, he's going to give up a lot of time. See Derek Hammer jumping to the inside, knowing that 51's off pace, so not going to work for the 51, but have to watch him around the 74, see if anything comes from it. Derek Hamill for the top spot, turn 1. Sean Richardson behind him in the 18. Look at Devon Red slide wide. The 51's going to try and split the middle. He does. Justin Lightning goes low to take evasive action. Rainey's going to get down low now in front of Seaman. That 51 might be up to speed decently. Back there, contact being made. It was the 52 and the 13 rubbing. Eli Bright takes advantage to go 3 wide to the bottom of the racetrack. Eli Bright wants to keep touch with this front pack. Look at Luke Rainey gets a second on the bottom. That car might not be too bad after all. Because Shummerton leads the race. I think he needs some more downforce. That 51 with the bent rear end, it's going to ruin the downforce of that car. It's going to be very loose. Because Sean Richardson doing a great job out in front. Mathis Wells wants to change that down to the bottom of the racetrack. For the top spot, entering turn 3. Off the corner. Richardson leads another lap, but Mathis Wells has the inside lane to turn 1. I think when the 51 gets on the outside, he's pretty bad. And once he's leading a pack, he's bad. But once he's behind someone in their draft and getting a nice pull, I think he's good there. Look at Pez. Looking to win this race on the pole. 3 wide back there. Seaman through the middle lane. Backed out of that. Yepez off to turn 1. He'll clear Mathis Wells. Now Wells fades back to 3rd. Make it 4th as Ian Campana moves around the 29. How about Justin Lightning going to move to 4th? Wells back to 5th. And Yepez trying to pull away in the 01. He has a nice gap over Rando and Campana, who are side by side. Turn 1. Yepez way up the track. Campana looks low. Takes it. Lap traffic. It's Nathan Stapleton ahead in the 55. Justin Lightning for the top spot now through 3 and 4. And Leon Campana. Drag race back to the line. Campana led the lap. Lightning has the inside to turn 1. Look at Luke Rainey. He's still staying here at this front pack. He doesn't want to give up a shot to win. Especially once he was just gift wrapped second place on that restart. And if he restarts back around 18th where he was, he's not going to be up here racing for the win. He got basically handed a second place restart position. He's taking full advantage of it. No questions asked for him, I'm sure. Because Sean Richardson moves to the front in the 18 car. But now Nathan Stapleton ahead in the 55. Where does he go? Who gets around him in time? Richardson into the side of the 55. Maybe some contact made there. 15 laps remain in the Target 300. Stapleton falls back in the outside, but is getting out of the way. Great job by the 55 driver. That's an experienced driver who knows that he's very slow and wants to get out of the way of these drivers and let them sell it out for themselves. He's just moved to the high side, giving everyone the bottom 2 lanes. He's doing a great job as well. He can't really do anything on the straightaways. He's just up against the wall. These drivers have to make their own lane down low. But right there, that may have been a little bad. Otherwise, I think Stapleton did a great job, though, just getting out of the way and letting these drivers sell it themselves. Doing a great job so far. Up at the front, William Seaman leads the race. Mathis Wells is inside. Jay Randall with them. How about Eli Bright? Started at the back of the field in car number 7. You may as well call this Bright Country. Oh, look out! Luke Rainey's into the inside wall with Derek Campbell. Back up the track. It's a massive crash in turn 3. They're still wrecking. Look at all this carnage. Kukulon, Blue, Galloway, Spurley Tube. Some cars stop. Oh, Jay Randall's wrecked under the yellow. The 25. 98 goes around. And Yepes gets hit by Jeffrey Buford. Leon Capon gets into the 60. Carnage off turn 2 under the pace laps. Our race leaders, Mathis Wells, our points leaders out in front now in Richmond. Let's see the reason for the caution flag. Luke Rainey and Derek Campbell wreck down the backstretch, and they're still wrecking, still trying to sort out. There are a lot of damaged cars pulling up the field, so it's the reason for our second yellow flag at the target 300. 3 wide off the corner, the 33 and the 51 touched off turn 2, and it continued down the backstretch. 33-51 hit into the inside wall hard for Luke Rainey. It bounced into the 33, spins Hamill into the inside wall, and then he comes shooting back up into Benny Watts and others. Rainey's going to get clobbered by Kukulon. There you can see the 52, Gregory, the 32, or the 33 and the 24. Look at these drivers come in. Dupain spins. Jeff Bright, Kukulon. Blue. There's the 26 of Luke Jones. Others try to stop. There's Dupain come down, getting Matt Montoya. Carnage off into turn number 3 at the Richmond Raceway brings out our second yellow flag. There were some hard hits. Look at the drivers just come flying in though, like Jeff Bryant, Damian Blue. They wiped out some drivers like Jake Galloway. Go look and see the contact that the 33 made with the 24 and the 52, Gregory and Benny Watson. 3 wide just didn't work out. Temperance flare at these types of racetracks, and you know that's what happened right there. There's probably some temperance between the 33 and the 51, but then here under the yellow, Jay Rando hits the 7 and ends up spinning himself around, and then the 01 wipes the 98 Landon Lyons, and then Yepes comes down, gets into Jeffrey Buford. Buford and Leon Campana make contact. So this will be an interesting restart because some of these drivers might be damaged enough to where they'll be slower. Matt as well as the 1 car is out in front. Everyone trying to sort everything out. It looks like they may have put some cars on the tail end. Mathis Wells leads the target 300 with under 10 to go. Well, there's some good news and bad news for Mathis Wells. The good news is he's leading the race as 1 lap car buffer between 2 lap car buffer between he and second place. Bad news is he has 2 lap cars in front of him that might slow him down. A lot of cars out from that, including Riley Sprague, Jeff Bright, Luke Rainey, Michael Gregory, Sebastian Kukulon, Derek Hamill, Benny Watson, the 22 car Casey Nanico. 6 of Mills is 2 laps down, along with the 55 of Stapleton. 92 car, who's behind the race, they're along with the 54, they're both 1 lap down. 90 and 39 on the tail end of the lead lap. Wells, our points leader, leads the race. Jay Rando in second, Eli Bright, William Seaman, Justin Lang in the top 5. Richardson, Yepes, Lyons, along with Buford and Campana are the top 10. Eli Bright already pulling out Jay Rando. The one's going to try and get around a few lap cars here. Get away from second on back. Eli Bright has to carve his way through 2 lap cars to get up to the 1. It's going to be a few more as well because the 90 and the 39 are going to get put behind. So Eli Bright has a few cars in between he and racer Mathis Wells. Tyler Fink and Danny Lloyd get down low in the 39 Bowers. But Mathis Wells is gone. Now, Eli Bright's the one in second position. There's cars in front of him, but he's right now running second with 5 to go. Yellow flag would end the race. Eli Bright does not want that to happen. He wants to get up to the 1 and fast. Danny Lloyd might help him here. He's pulling to the inside. Danny Lloyd pulls on Mathis Wells, and here comes Eli Bright 3 wide. Now where's Seaman go? He's in third. 4 laps remain. Eli Bright is out in front after starting at the rear of the field. Wells gets carried up the track by Danny Lloyd. He's not going to like that. Seaman gets to second now. Deshaun Richardson's a lead lap car. He's coming on the bottom lane looking for third. The 90 is a lap car. 3 laps remain in Richmond. Eli Bright leads. William Seaman in second. Third place is now going to be Deshaun Richardson. Wells back to 5th and maybe even 6th as the 01 and the 97 go by. But the battle at the front of the field is Eli Bright, William Seaman. To 2 to go. Here comes Seaman. Eli Bright leads the lap, but Seaman has the inside. 1.5 miles remain. Seaman's out front now. Richardson gets a flying run to get to second. Can he get to Seaman to make a move for the win? Eli Bright crosses over. If Seaman doesn't go up the racetrack, he's going to win his second of the season. Last lap. He won at the short track in Martinsville. Trying to win his second short track race of the season in Richmond. He goes up the racetrack. Eli Bright's a run off turn 2. Down the back for the final time. He is there in the 44. In turn 3 trying to get there. He won't. Off turn 4. William Seaman wins his second of the season in Richmond. Eli Bright gave us a show at the end, but it was not enough for the driver of the 7. Seaman won Martinsville. He wins the short track in Richmond here tonight. Short tracks are Seaman's style in Season 9 of the Target Series. Let's go see the finish results from a crazy and wacky race at Richmond in the Target Series. Here are the finish results from the Target 300, the Richmond Raceway. 2 caution flags for 10 laps and 25 lead changes among 10 different drivers. William Seaman wins the race, leading 6 laps here tonight. It's the second win of the season. Eli Bright ends up in second after starting 37th. Not too bad for the driver of the 17, who led 2 laps and was about a car length away from winning on the last lap. Justin Lang powers up to 3rd, Kashan Richmond to 4th, and Yepes from the pole ends up inside the top 5. Mathis Wells, 5 more bonus points. He got the most laps led, 12. He ends up in the 6th position. Leon Campana from 39th, that was the last row. He ends up in the 7th position. Luke Jones, 8th. Matt Montoya, 9th. And Anthony Hernandez runs out the top 10, car number 3. Look down at the top 20. Last season's champion, Jake Gowen, 11th. Sebastian Dupain, 12th. Jennifer Buford, 13th. Max Rossi and Landon Lyons round out the top 15. Jay Randall, Devon Red, Trey Rainey, Damian Blue, and Adam McDowell, drivers inside the top 20. And you looked at the rest. Max Anderson, Levi Jones, Isaac Nichols, Cole Luigi could not get the Target trifecta here tonight, and Lord Delano are the only cars on the lead lap. Tyler Fink, Danny Lloyd, and Carson Barrows all finished 1 lap down, along with Matthew Logan. Jose Mills and Nathan Stevenson each finished 2 laps down, and then on down, Nanico, Watson, Hamill, Kukulon, Gregory, Rainey, Bright, Spurley, Tube, and Fletcher all finished off the racetrack as they're involved in accidents throughout the night here at Richmond. Let's now go see the point standings. Here are the points. Mathis Wells still on top. He had a 90-point gap over Cole Luigi last race. This race, it's a 96-point gap over Justin Lightning. So Justin moves way up to 2nd. Kashan Richmond up to 3rd. He's only 97 back, only 1 back of Lightning. 4th place is now Jake Gowie, last season's champion, and Cole Luigi falls, but is still inside the top 5, tied with Max Rossi in the 43. Seaman gets his 2nd win of the season. He's up to 6th in points now, or he's up to 7th in points. 8th is now Landon Lyons with his Daytona victory. Leon Campana in 9th, and Damian Blue holds a spot inside the top 10. Look down the top 20. Riley Sprigtube only 9 points out. Same with Michael Gregory. They're right now tied for 11th. Trey Rainey there in 13th. Eli Bright with his 2nd place is up to 14th. Matt Montoya in 15th. They have Jennifer Buford, Anthony Hernandez, Luke Jones, Nathan Stapleton, Jay Brando inside the top 20. As far as wildcards go, Nathan Stapleton has a wildcard spot. He is currently 19th with a win. No other winners are outside the top 10, inside the top 20 points. So the other wildcard go to Riley Sprigtube for being 11th in the point standings with 3 top 5s on the season. Look down, there are 2 other winners down here. Luke Rennie's down in 23rd after a bad night in Richmond, and Isaac Nichols down in 26th. They need to gain some points if they want to have a shot at a wildcard spot. Right now, if one of them bumps their way inside the top 20, they would be a wildcard spot because there's only 1 other winner up there. But problem is, they have to get up in there. We'll have to see if they can do that next race out. Some of these drivers want to try and rebound their seasons, get their seasons going on the right foot. Race number 7 of the season goes to Boston for the White Castle 300. I will see you guys then.